a wildfire exploding.
I'm in trouble.
Firefighters, police, and homeowners
We only had about probably 2 to 3 hours to get ready.
caught off guard.
Fire's up in the trees at that intersection, so I couldn't get any farther.
Now it's a battle against Mother Nature.
We are still at zero containment.
To stop a fire started in an effort to prevent other fires.
It makes me very angry. Like, this all could have been avoided.
And for homeowners, the fear is growing.
Just worried about losing our house. That's all right now.
A lot of memories.
A lot of memories.
7 News tracking developments. The lower North Fork fire still out of control tonight. Firefighters unable to contain any part of it. It has now 4,500 burned acres, 23 damaged homes, and it has claimed 2 lives. One person still missing tonight.
Hundreds of families forced out of their homes. This map showing the burn area and the region under mandatory evacuations. 6,500 residents to the north and east are on standby tonight, but allowed in their homes for right now. We have team coverage tonight. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson tracking the dry and breezy conditions.
7 News reporter Marshall Zellinger investigating who's responsible for the prescribed burn that got out of control. But we start with Marc Stewart live at the command post. Mark, firefighters finally getting some help on the ground tonight.
Mike, since 6 o'clock tonight, we have seen trucks arrive from across the West, including this one from Keystone. The people here will be the most important resource in containing a fire that is still 0% contained. More than 24 hours after it first started, the lower North Fork fire is still a hungry beast. The dried trees, grass, and shrubs are serving as an endless supply of fuel. While the planes and choppers can help to stop the 4,500-acre fire from growing, the men and women on the ground can get to the hot spots that the drops can't always hit.
They called me, and we got on the road about 10, 11.
Firefighter Jeffco just arrived from Montrose, along with crews from Telluride, Durango, and Salida. Other teams will soon arrive from South Dakota, Arizona, and Utah. The mountainous terrain makes this particular job tough.
You gotta haul gear up and down hills. You have to battle the elements. It's a physically intensive job.
The goal is to have 450 firefighters on the front lines. Needed manpower, as this fire is proving to be unpredictable.
That fire grew so quickly, it really took our breath away.
A non-stop effort where saving strangers' homes becomes Jeff's top priority.
It's just what I'm trained to do. It's my job.
Crews will be on the fire lines overnight. I just saw some firefighters who just returned. They simply look exhausted. They are inside Conifer High School eating large plates of pasta. In some cases, those crews will each burn 10,000 calories per shift on the job. Live in Conifer tonight, Marc Stewart, 7 News.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. New resources helping fight the fire today and includes the National Guard. Air Tracker 7 overhead has Guard members geared up with a Black Hawk helicopter. They had a 500-gallon drop bucket. 2 helicopters took trips back and forth, filling those buckets with water and then dropping it on the fire.
This fire claiming the lives of 2 people at this home. The couple is identified as 77-year-old Sam Lucas and his 76-year-old wife, Linda. Investigators on scene this morning taking a close look at what's left of the home. Authorities say one of them was found inside the home, the other was found outside. A third person, a woman, is also missing from the fire zone. And now Jeffco officials are taking extra precaution for homeowner safety. 7 News reporter Jacqueline Allen is live in Conifer tonight. Jacqueline, in addition to nearly 1,000 mandatory evacuations, thousands more need to be ready to leave at any minute.
We've seen how dangerous this fire can be and how unpredictable, and because of the erratic nature of the winds and the flames, officials today evacuated or said that they put people on standby for evacuation. 6,500 homes north of the existing evacuation area, but some people we talked to were taking the next step on their own. Save what you can after Brent Davidson got the reverse 911 call today.
To be ready at any moment to get out.
The Hilldale Pines resident decided not to take any chances and started packing, cramming his entire life into a few SUVs. The Jeffco Sheriff's Office issued a pre-evacuation notice to 6,500 new homes today, including his.
Luckily, I've had the whole day to get ready and friends with vehicles, so we're loading everything up as much as we can get.
Outside the new Red Cross shelter, Ridge Road resident Bob Warren says the fire is now less than half a mile from his front door.
At the moment, the wind's shifted and it's blowing away, so we're pretty pleased about that.
He and his family and their 5 dogs had to leave in a hurry yesterday.
We got the hard drives out of the computers and got the birth certificates and all that, all the basic smart stuff, and then packed clothes that made no sense. You know, I'm sitting here shivering because I didn't even pack a coat.
Which is why Davidson says even if the fire doesn't force an evacuation here, he would rather be prepared. He plans to stay the night with friends just in case.
We're just going to get the major things out that can't be replaced and get somewhere safe and hope we can get back as soon as possible.
And tonight, the shelter has been moved to West Jefferson High School nearby. This area here, Conifer High School, has been turned into incident command, so there can be a larger area for staging. The Red Cross says if those 6,500 people do have to be evacuated, they have a plan and they are prepared to help those people have a place to stay. Right now, tonight, they say 15 people have checked in and are staying at the shelter. Reporting live, Jacqueline Allen, 7 News.
Wow, what pressure. All right, thank you, Jacqueline. Residents learning of the evacuations through reverse 911 calls from Jefferson County. To sign up for reverse 911 notifications in your county, just go to our website, thedenverchannel.com. The story with links is right there on our homepage. Now, animal owners taking advantage of free boarding operations at the Jeffco Fairgrounds. So far, 175 animals evacuated by volunteer rescue teams. Horses, alpacas, and llamas all brought here. The temporary boarding, all thanks to volunteers.
As dramatic as the aerial pictures of that fire are, so are the scenes along the front lines that firefighters are dealing with. And as that fire was blowing up yesterday, we heard police calls for everything from a deputy caught by the flames to houses engulfed in fire and homeowners needing rescue.
Well, they're advising their house is fully involved at this time, and they need help evacuating.
We've lost multiple structures. We've got spots at Kester, and it has jumped Kester right now. We had the report of people trapped in a house towards the end of Kester off a side road. Did you guys get that information?
Homeowners requesting assistance. There's a family that is stuck in their house, unable to get out.
154, I need some help. I'm in trouble. 154, I'm stuck in my vehicle. I'm at about 13585 Cooster, and there's fire all over. That's my partner. I'm okay. We're turned around, and we are heading back to that address we were just at. Zero visibility.
That Jeffco deputy was trapped in his car, ended up being just fine, but he did have to ditch that patrol car, and that was destroyed in the flames.
FEMA coming forward to help. It says it will cover 75% of the costs for state and local agencies fighting the blaze. This will include the costs associated with firefighters, equipment, shelter, and police. And insurance experts tell us anyone displaced by this fire should contact their agent immediately. Even if your home isn't damaged, your insurance may include coverage for a hotel while you're evacuated. Also, if you return home to find damage, you should take as many pictures as you can. Now, tonight, tough questions for the State Forest Service.
And we wanted to know if, in fact, a prescribed burn from last week is behind this fire. 7 News reporter Marshall Zellinger just back from talking with the Forest Service. Marshall, you just asked them point blank, is it their responsibility?
I talked with that deputy state forester 90 minutes ago, and he admits that the lower North Fork fire started when a controlled burn got out of control. The devastation of lives lost and homes burned to their foundation can be traced back to Thursday and this video of a prescribed burn by the Colorado State Forest Service. Did the Colorado State Forest Service cause the lower North Fork fire?
I think the answer to that is the embers came from within the prescribed burn that we conducted.
Deputy State Forester Joe Duda tells 7 News that the prescribed burn was put out and being monitored by crews over the weekend. Then on Monday, it flared up in the windy weather. We want to know if the prescribed burn should have happened at all.
On Thursday, the weather conditions, the forecast, all the parameters that are necessary to operate under looked good, so we conducted the prescribed burn.
But last Thursday, meteorologist Matt Makins talked about conditions expected for Monday.
Monday will have a nice start to the work week, warm, but it will be windy.
We checked state law. If the Forest Service is responsible for this fire, the state would only be liable for 6 figures worth of damages.
The check that would be written would be $600,000. That wouldn't come anywhere close to paying for the damages.
Attorney Jim Shalott says the $600,000 limit was created by Colorado lawmakers after this 1987 crash. A CDOT crew loosened a boulder on Berthoud Pass. It hit a bus, killing 9. That state law is actually in effect to protect taxpayers from having to foot a hefty liability bill. The State Forest Service is going to conduct its own investigation into its prescribed burn, but I've learned tonight the results may not be known for at least 2 weeks. Reporting live, Marshall Zellinger, 7 News.
All right, Marshall, thank you. Because of the ongoing dry and warm conditions, several areas have enacted fire bans, and the list includes Boulder County, Arapahoe County, as well as Golden, Inglewood, and Castle Rock. Also a ban in Denver Mountain Parks. And while Larimer doesn't have a ban yet, it is asking residents, do not burn. 7 News staying on top of the lower North Fork fire. Stay with us for the latest on air, of course, and then online on thedenverchannel.com. Our Twitter and Facebook pages also great resources for minute-to-minute updates this fire season.